Hi guys, welcome, Scatlink here, and we're off for another What's in the Treasure Chest video, Christmas 2017. It's been a decent little haul. I mean, it's actually been a very crazy day as well on Christmas, because my dog Max was just going crazy opening his presents. In fact, he was the first one to like stick his nose under the tree and go for the things, go for his present. And then when he got his like little mixed grill plate or whatever that was all rawhide like bits and pieces and whatnot, he would actually look at his plate, take one like a ball that made it look like a Brussels sprout or something, and then he just walks off into the corner of the room. And it was just adorable. And yeah, it was also a very decent day. No arguments at all. Excellent dinner as per usual. It's just Christmas is just good times. Don't know how to put it into words because it's always a decent day. I mean, last year, to be fair, like personally was a bit of a letdown because I was like feeling a bit because the whole year was pretty much bad luck for me all day, all time. So, but this year has been like a completely different, you know, flip around, shall we say. And in terms of my luck, I mean, I went to the Switch premiere event. I had I had a decent job at Cashflows for a bit, and yeah, and was one of the first people to play the Switch. I got the Switch, I played Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild became Game of the Year, and I've played one shot. It's crazy. This year's been insane, and we pretty much became really good friends with other people on YouTube as well. And was able to get into contact with Dawn and Bennett for that intro for Freedom Planet, because she voices Lilac. So this year's been insane. That's all I can say. And you know what? Since it's now coming over to the new year and Christmas has just gone, it's time for this. And well, I'm just going to plop it right there on top of the keyboard. Hopefully I won't press anything. Because every time I cannot seem to get the right angle. I don't know. I just need a bigger space, I guess. But anyway, so let's get on with this. And we've also got some news at the very end as well. So a little mini update. And that's pretty much just going to be covering what's going to come out immediately starting next year. Because it's actually pretty... well, the project's not big, but it's a big thing because it's a collaboration. But enough about that. Let's get on to the main event first. So, first item.
Yeah.
Haha! Pokemon Ultra Moon. Now, if you remember last Christmas, this video came out a few days late because I normally do this on the 27th just to give a little bit of a gap, you know, Christmas Day, then Boxing Day, where you want to mess about with your stuff, or, you know, see other family members or friends that you haven't seen on the Christmas Day, so you can, like, you know, just get everything out of the way, just get everyone out of the way, meet up with everybody, have a good time and whatnot. And yeah, well, the reason why that video was late was because of Pokemon Sun, and this was the steel bookcase version. But nothing special like that this time, just Ultra Moon, just the game itself. I mean, I was on the fence about getting this one, to be honest, because, like, obviously that was the new one. This is, like, basically Pokemon Moon or Sun Remix, so let's just pop it over there for now, because we don't need that. This is the main event. So, I haven't been keeping up with the leaks, just like with Pokemon Sun, but I do know a few things because, you know, there were memes and everything on Facebook and Twitter, so some of it was unavoidable, like Team Rainbow Rocket and like, oh, all the teams spout out Gramps, even though Team Flare is F, so that don't make sense. And you've got Lysandra in there, so I don't know. And so yeah, story is remixed, tutorials are kind of streamlined, you get your starter Pokemon way earlier, I know all about that. And I also know that it's actually really much more difficult than that version, so it's basically Master Quest, if you want to think about it. It's Pokemon Moon Master Quest. So that's pretty sweet. Apparently, because I've been tipped off with Stella Condrite that Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon are like the most difficult Pokemon games. And considering that we know how Whitney was in Pokemon Gold and Silver, it makes you wonder, especially since I actually had a decent time on Pokemon Sun, except for the beginning, because what's her name? Well, his name, Lima? I don't know. The first trial captain kicked my butt first time round. That Smeargle, for some reason, I just couldn't knock out, and I was 3 levels above my entire team, and she just, it just swept me. So, yeah, Lima's character weird looking. Now, I don't know what the gender is, and I do not know what their orientation is. It's kind of odd. But yeah, unsealed, by the way. You can see the Nintendo seal, the seal on their seal. It's unopened, and that's because I have been playing, well, the next item. Cue the music. Here we go, off the rails, don't you know it's time to raise our sails, it's freedom like you never knew. Yes, Super Mario Odyssey. Now, it's funny, because as I mentioned the Switch premiere event, they didn't have a demo for this. It just had the trailer on a screen, and that was like the only like game that everybody saw that couldn't take a picture, that you couldn't like play or take a picture with. It was just take a picture of standing under Cappy, and that was it. I don't know, actually. I don't think Cappy was announced then, was it? Was it? I don't think it was. I can't remember now. I might have to recheck my video. But yeah, that was way later on. And then obviously in E3 we got a lot more information, and there was an E3 demo, I believe. But because, you know, other YouTube journalists and all that and reviewers got a chance to play it. But yeah, got the game now, and yeah, it's alright. I mean, I wouldn't say that the controls feel like a mix between Super Mario 3D World and Galaxy, if that makes sense, because you can do the rolls and stuff from Super Mario 3D World, but you've also got like the mechanics on how the long jump works and how the jumps are kind of like floaty and all that, and how backflips work from that. And when you fling Cappy, you basically do the spin jump as well, so that's a thing. And for the tornado jump, that's from Sunshine, so they've been bringing abilities back from other games. But to be honest, I think I still prefer how Mario controls in both Sunshine and 64. It feels a little bit off to me. Because like every time I do like a side flip or a back flip, I feel like I could do a back flip but then pull myself forward. You can't do that. Your momentum is locked to going only backwards and maybe steer a little bit left and right. So that's a thing. And I cannot for the life of me do those crazy flip jump tricks where you do like a backflip, side flip onto a wall jump away, chuck Cappy at the wall, then hold Cappy there while doing a bloody forward lunge, which means ground pound and then press B before you actually go down to do the lunge, because, you know, that button is throwing Cappy in this case, because otherwise it would just be like a normal punch, like in Mario 64, so it's like slightly tweaking the controls and adding an extra step so you can still do it. But, you know, you got the roll now, so I don't know. But, yeah, and I'm pretty far. I've got about 80 moons already. In like one session, I've already got up to the fourth kingdom. There was a split, and I think I went to the wooded kingdom, and when I thought I voided out, I was in this place with a motherfucking T-Rex, so it was like, what? I'm a motherfucking T-Rex! So there you go. But yeah, so excellent game, and I haven't been using Amiibos. You don't need them. You don't need motion controls either, even though I do prefer using the Joy-Cons, because you can just move the controller for a quick spin instead of having to twirl Mario, do a spin, but then you can't move. So that's cool. And if I wanted to flick while being a frog, I get the high jump, which I am a little bit annoyed that it does lock certain skills behind motion. So I'm not entirely sure about that. But yeah, and when you open up the case, it actually has a purpose, because it has the lyrics of Jump Up Superstar. And to be fair, I haven't reached New Donk City yet. I got one moon in there, but I somehow warped from the Desert Kingdom to there for a painting. Mario 64. God, that sequence was trippy. I mean, is that what Mario goes through every time he jumps to a painting in Mario 64? Wow, no wonder he's always eating mushrooms, if you know what I mean. But that's enough about that. So that's that was pretty cool. And yeah, so next one is which one should I cover next, actually? You know what, I'll cover the little one, and then we'll have the big one for later. It's not that big, but I kind of liked it. So anyway, next one. Ha 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 ha. Majora's Mask Link Amiibo, so I can get all the fierce deities on Breath of the Wild, and that is cool. I mean, like, these weren't as expensive as the Ocarina of Time Amiibo that I had, which I got this birthday. These were like about $25-30 on Amazon, but funnily enough, on the final week coming up to Christmas, they were back in stock on the Nintendo website. And I'm like, oh no, they probably spent a bit more. But apparently they got it even cheaper to about 20, so it wasn't that bad of an issue. And I mean, I do have the box. I mean, it didn't come like this. It actually came in the box, but because I wanted to use yeah, that's why I wanted to, you know, do that. So, and that landed on my foot. But yeah, so yeah, I really wanted one of these amiibos. I didn't want to like, get an NFC tag or whatnot to cheat like what everyone else has done in order to get the Fierce Deity stuff. Because I actually like this amiibo. It's really nice. I mean, I don't know. Maybe his face could have used a little bit more color for detail. Like maybe his mouth could have had a bit more color to it. But I just like how it looks. And now I've got like 4 different links. I've got Twilight Princess Link via the Smash amiibo, the Ocarina of Time Link from the Zelda series, of Link Rider, it's Twilight Wolf Link and Midna from the Twilight Princess pack, and Aaron's got Toon Link. I got him Toon Zelda as well, but that's not mine to show off. So, but hey, that means we get the Ancient Shield as well, so that's cool. I've already got the Fierce Deity Sword. I just haven't gone back to the game to go get the others. You know, save scumming and all that. But if you don't want to be wasting a whole month in order to get them, that's the best way to do it. So, keep him right there. So that is awesome. But yeah, kept the box for now. Probably not going to, but I kept it for the purpose of the video. So, and now for the final one that actually has multiple purposes, which is pretty freaking awesome. Ha ha! Oh, it's Zelda. Yes, it is the Zelda Breath of the Wild Switch Wired Controller Plus. Now, if you all know about the Hori pads for Switch, you know that they are wired, they don't have rumble, they don't have gyro sensor, they don't have the NFC, so basically they don't have any of the trimmings, they're just a standalone controller that you plug in via USB into the Switch dock so you can use it on Switch games. This is pretty much the same thing. The only difference is the control pad is actually a control pad. You don't have to remove it, and you have the 4 buttons that are actually the control pad where you can like stick it on the back or anything like the actual Hori pad version is. I forget what make this is. Oh yeah, it's Power A. It's Power A. And the thing is, I saw these in game. Our retailer, main game retailer, because other places have like GameStop or places like that, you know. But yeah, but we have game, and I saw this on the shelf, and I was having a look at it, and I was like, this is only 20 quid, and it's like, yeah, because it doesn't have any of the other bonuses in it. And I think the original Hori pad's like, what, 18? So, you know, it feels really good. I mean, let me get it out of the box here. So, when you first open it up, you get your wire. Now, this is what actually kind of weirded me out. The wire is separate, which is why I thought, hang on a minute, is it wireless? No, that's just to keep it tidier. You can remove the wire, and it is standard USB Type A, not Type C for the Switch, so it is general Type A, so you can use it for your phone or anything like that. Which is cool, maybe that's why they made it like that, so it's a little bit easier, but there you go. But when you pull it out of the box, so we're doing another mini unboxing here, if it wants to. Let me get those bits out of the way. So when you open it out of the box, you pull this, and it comes out like a little suitcase! Okay! eShop. So yeah, you get a little instruction booklet to tell you about stuff, because you also get, which I can't fit in the box again for whatever reason, extra nubs. You get 2, right, so there's 2 of them that are shorter and 2 of them are longer, but one of them of each set, it has a beveled top, and one of them has a dip top, I guess you could call it. And as standard, it just comes with the 2 smalls that your finger can just, you know, fit in the groove, you know. You can just like sit in there, and I really like that. And if you just want to pop them out, you just pop them out like so, and yeah, then you have like a weird nipple. But yeah, look at that, and it feels really good as well. This doesn't feel like it's been like printed on or anything. It feels like it's got like that kind of, what's that word, matte finish, I think? I don't know. It feels really good. It's got really good quality in there, really good quality build. It has decent weight to it, even though it's got no rumble. So it's got no rumble, it's got no gyro sensor, it's got no NFC, so those things are a bit annoying, which makes it a little bit hard to play. Oddly enough, Breath of the Wild, and I mean, I can use it for Mario Odyssey, but I prefer using the Joy-Cons anyway. So, but big thing about this, you can use it on PC as well, and considering that the controllers are pretty much the same kind of design configuration as an Xbox 360 controller, that's pretty good. I mean, the only difference obviously is that A and B are swapped around and X and Y are swapped around, so you can just account for that. But yeah, and plus you have an additional button due to the capture button, whereas this, you don't. Obviously these have got like the usual triggers, but they still don't, it's weird, they don't, you know, have any click to it. I mean, that just clicks in. But, and obviously, like, you know, you got third party, you got first party, but Nintendo product and Microsoft product, so you get what I'm saying. But hey, that's pretty sweet. I just can't really use it with the game that it's actually based off of, which is kind of funny. But I just wanted it because it's got the Hylian crest on it, it's got a nice control pad, it really feels really good. I mean, a little slippery, but that's just its make, and it just feels really good. And I have, like I said, I have tested it on PC. I mean, on Steam you have to actually map it through big picture mode first, but then you can use it once you've assigned your controls. I've tried Super Indie Karts with it, I've tried Freedom Planet with it, and I've also tried Final Fantasy VI with it, so that's a thing. So yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, similar control scheme to an Xbox 360, Xbox One controller, but yeah, you can use it on the Switch, and you can use it on PC as well, as long as you set up the controls. So yeah, not too bad on that. Now, there's not really anything else in here, but there is one thing that I do want to talk about that I did get as a download on Steam from my good mate, Connor Meza. Haha! Right, so, I guess it'll be over there now, because I moved over here. Mirrors. But yeah, Final Fantasy IV, the After Years. Now, I have this game on the Wii, my first Wii, because I've got two of them. Now, the thing is that, since the Wii Shop channel was going to be debunked in late 2018, early 2019, I forget what the date is, but it's a pretty expensive WiiWare download. Not only that, but all the most of the extra tails cost about 300 points, and the crystals tail costs about 700 points. Now, this only costs about 550 on Steam. It was half price, but that means it's normally a tenner, so that's not bad. Plus, that means that it's actually cheaper than the WiiWare version anyway. Plus, it's 3D. I'll get to that though. And yeah, now it's just, and you just unlock all the tails as you go, so you don't have to pay anything extra. So it's just £5 for the lot. That's not bad. Now, when I say 3D, it seems to use the same 3D engine that Final Fantasy III and Final Fantasy IV used on the Nintendo DS. So they're just upscaled versions of those games. But the thing is, Final Fantasy IV The After Years came out on Wii. And it got a remake using the DS engine, but it didn't debut on the DS. Now, there's a reason for that. The reason being is because that when the game first came out, it was on WiiWare, and obviously Final Fantasy IV Super Nintendo. Then the Super Nintendo version got a remake on the DS, and that got ported to iOS devices, and it got ported to the PC, and they used the same engine, so just because it was easier, I guess. So, keeping that all in mind, you then have the PSP compilation, which gives you Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy IV Interlude, which is a little mini story in between the two stories of the original and After Years, and then you get the After Years with all the tales and whatnot. Like, the reason why it uses the Nintendo DS's 3D engine is so that it sticks with the aesthetic as Final Fantasy IV did on the DS. So instead of like making a completely new engine or redoing the graphics again or just porting it over from the Wii, they just thought, well, you know what, we'll keep the same presentation and use the same engine as we did Final Fantasy IV, and therefore it looks the same when you're playing it one after another on PC. So that's probably why it's 3D. Plus, I think we get FMVs as well, which we didn't do in both the Ps. Did we get FMVs in the PSP version? I'm not too sure. But definitely not in the WiiWare version. It was all just updated sprites in the style of Final Fantasy 5, 6. That's pretty much all I have to talk about, really. That's all the little prezzies I got. One download. I'm thinking about getting what's it called, Hat in Time on PS4, mainly because I got just a little bit of flash cash spending money from other people that just didn't know what to get me, so that's cool. So I'll probably put it towards that, or I'll wait until it goes on sale. It's on sale on Steam, but this thing doesn't have, my laptop or desktop don't have the right specs for it. It needs like a 3.5 gigahertz and I only have 2.3, so, but that's fine. This thing is too decent and it edits my videos the way I want it to, so yeah. So that is literally all there is for the treasure chest, but let's go on to the news, because I have a few things to announce for starting off the next year, and maybe going into the next year.
All that is lava? Yep, everything from here to here is lava. You can't cross it. Shit!
Okay, so to start off, South Park Fractured Butthole haven't continued because I've been, you know, Christmas. So that's pretty much why. I've been playing Odyssey. I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles on my 3DS as well. Now I've got Ultra Moon, and I'm you know, job certain. So that's a thing. And yeah, it's kind of been building up. And plus, I've got like ideas for bonus episodes, because the first part of the montage of hard mode for Earthbound was. If you guys haven't watched the series, this is why I'm making this bonus, these two bonus episodes, these montages, because just like with Final Fantasy VI, we had quite a lot of hard moments, but in this case it was kind of unfair in the entirety of Earthbound, which is why I stopped it pretty much roughly a few days ago this time last year, and then continued at the beginning of this year to finish it off, because it was just ridiculous. Hard mode, if you guys don't know, is one of the anti-piracy measures that if the game somehow detects that it's on a pirated cartridge because it has like incorrectly allocated RAM or something, it increases the enemy encounter rate, it increases the chance of homesickness, it makes your attacks miss a lot more, which it happened a lot, by the way, and it also like makes enemies a lot more annoying and they keep spamming their main attack more often than they should, and it spawns so many enemies as well that it's unenjoyable to play, and it actually starts lagging out the game. But this was on the Wii U Virtual Console, so that don't make any sense to me. I mean, maybe it's because it's detecting the RAM of the Wii U, therefore it's not working, but at the same time it still lags because Nintendo like accurately emulate it like it is running on the original console, because that's the whole point of the official service. I mean, for some reason Donkey Kong 64 didn't follow that moniker, but that's probably because it accesses additional RAM because of the expansion pack, and since it detects the Wii U's RAM as higher than 4 meg, that might be why. But with the Wii U, for Earthbound, there's no excuse. I don't even know if it affects it on the new 3DS Virtual Console or on the SNES Classic. I haven't tried, I don't want to try, so not on the new 3DS, but on the SNES Classic, but I don't want to try. And yeah, first part, I had to call it Part 1, 2016 edition, because by the time I got to the actual halfway point where I actually stopped until 2017, I was already up to 46 minutes, and I was like, holy crap, it was actually that much hassle. And I was already clipping some bits out that weren't really necessary, so I'm gonna have to make 2. I haven't started on the second part yet, but I've got the template for it, so yeah, look forward to that. I'm gonna see if I can get that out before the end of this year as well, or maybe starting off next year. By the way, we have got a new Let's Play to announce. It's a collaboration between originally one of my biggest fans, now probably one of my more well-known YouTube friends from across the pond, Blue Hedgehog Man 17. We're both doing Super Mario 64 Online co-op Let's Play. It's a 100% walkthrough, even though it may not be as professional because we're playing as characters that may mess us up at certain points. But we did plan for accounting on like flying and whatnot, where we would play as Mario for those, and you know, just have general fun with the characters. Even though we did have a couple of bad episodes, both of us like pretty much one after another because of the characters we were playing as may not have been working for that kind of situation, even though we thought it would, because they have different stats that would have helped, but the other stats didn't. It's kind of crazy. Now, I am aware that there is a version 2.0 in development that does add Kirby, Sonic, and a Goomba to the player roster. Thing is, that's not public yet, and we've already done the entire Let's Play ahead of time. So, and funnily enough, it was only like 8 episodes, I don't feel like I need to like hold off on explaining all this, because as it's only 8 episodes and there was 8 characters playable at that moment in time, which is still currently now, because those 3 characters haven't come out yet, both of us pretty much played as every character once, and we didn't swap throughout the episodes, we swapped in between episodes, so that every episode we play, we're a different character. So it was all really cool. And as it's Mario 64, and I've used my usual shenanigan editings that I normally do for Mario 64 Chaos Edition and all that, so, and Mario 64 multiplayer, so that was pretty sweet. And yeah, we get all 120 stars. It's just how are we gonna struggle and how are we gonna do that. So I hope you enjoy the Let's Play. Yeah, it's crazy. We might have bonus episodes as well, showing off the new characters once they become public. But just so you know, for the main Let's Play, all we used was the main Nintendo characters, because the new 3 characters aren't like Mario based. Then yeah, because it's Kirby, Sonic, Goomba. I mean, the Goomba is a Mario character, but it's not a standard Mario character. All the Mario characters that were available, the 8 originals at this point, we have all played as for the Let's Play. So hope you enjoy that. And yeah, once we finished off with the live streams, because we're coming pretty close to the end of it now, just got City in the Sky, then we just go we've got to get to the City in the Sky, do the City in the Sky, pass the Twilight, Gan's Castle. That's literally 4 streams, so we've got 4 streams left to go, effectively. And after that, we've got Kingdom Hearts. I don't know when that's actually going to begin, because I have got part 1 up, ready to go, on private, so keep that in mind. But I didn't know how to, like, say it, but I can actually do Kingdom Hearts 1 now! That's hype! If you remember in the last update video, I said that I wanted to do it, and I haven't been able to do it, and now I can. So, that's cool. The first part is up, it's not unad friendly, it's not marked, it's perfectly fine. So we can actually go on with this Let's Play, and I am happy for that. I am so happy. I just don't know when I'm going to start it, because we still got South Park Fractured But Whole. Thing is, I can't move the PS4 out of Aaron's room because he's always using it, but I can move the PS3. So we might have Kingdom Hearts go on a lot more than Fractured But Whole, but we will get Fractured But Whole done. I am planning on, in the next couple of days or so, recording a bunch of videos, because we've only just finished day 1, and we just got to get into bed and see what happens on the first night of the day. And if it plays out the same as it did the Stick of Truth, the previous game, it should be 3 days, and then we beat the game, or 3 in-game days, we beat the game, and yeah, so, like I said, I don't know how that Let's Play is going to go. So, but we got bonus episodes. I'm also thinking about going back to Final Fantasy, but I've already mentioned that, so I'm not going to put that on screen. Final Fantasy Anniversary Edition on PSP. The only thing is that I may not be going to the Live Spring Grotto. I might be going to Whisperwind Cove first, because I've done a bit of checking in advance, and the reason why I'm always struggling in the Live Spring Grotto is because it's actually got the hardest bosses in the game, or a few of the hardest bosses in the game, and you have to go through it twice. Whisperwind Cove, you only have to go through it once, even though the random encounters are pretty much the toughest. They'll probably be easier to manage, and there's also stores in that dungeon, so that'll be pretty hype. So, with that, there's nothing much else to announce. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy what's coming up next. Like, share, favourite, subscribe, and all that good jazz and whatnot. And, yeah, I guess I'll see you next video or next stream. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.